Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Putting News Quarterly. This is the first episode for 2025. If this is your first time watching this show, it used to be on the Putting channel and you had to have a membership to watch this show, but we've changed things a little bit here. We're going to be doing a bunch of programming. We're going to be doing this same show, Putting News Quarterly. It's a show where I talk about the putting world in as much detail as I can 4 times a year, which I think it's a good increment of time to kind of discuss what tournaments have happened, what tournaments are going to happen, and this is going to be free. You don't have to be a member anymore to watch it. We're real close to monetizing the YouTube channel, so I'm going to try to do more YouTube videos, more content, and try to get us get that YouTube channel monetized. We're very close. We've gotten to one stage of monetization where I can do memberships and super chats and stickers, but there's another tier that I need to get to. I got to get to 4,000 hours viewed in the last year, and we're at about 3,200. So we're close, and I appreciate all your guys' help with this. And do me a favor. If you're watching this for the first time and you haven't seen any of my content, please subscribe to this channel. It's free. Click on that little subscribe button below the video. You can also like and leave comments, and let's try to keep on building this thing up. So let's get into it, guys. Putting News Quarterly, the first edition of 2025. We got a lot of exciting things happening in the putting world. I had told my friends and people on the PNQ show last year that I was moving to Kentucky. Unfortunately, the job with Cosmic Golf out there, it didn't happen, and it's nobody's fault. It just didn't happen. I was out in Tennessee for a few months spending time with my son. Things that got a little bit rough out there work-wise, and I've had to move back to San Diego. I'm taking a job out here, and it looks like I'm going to be in San Diego full-time for a while. So what that means is that the National Putting Tour is going to be doing more stuff in the Southwest. So if you missed us, and you were kind of bummed that there wasn't going to be a bunch of tournaments in the Southwest in 2025, have no fear. Brock is here, and we're going to be doing some tournaments in the Southwest here. On that note, we are in a preliminary discussion. It's almost confirmed, but I guess the GM, I found out today that the GM has to sign off on it, but everyone else has agreed, and it's pretty much a lock. March 16th. We're doing the San Diego Putting Championship at Riverwalk Golf Course. They have an absolutely phenomenal practice putting green. It runs about maybe 10, 11 on the stent meter, and it's got a lot of curves and undulations and slopes. We're going to make a 9-hole course, couple par 3s. I call it MSOP style, natural grass. March 16th, starting at 2:30. Practice will start about 12 noon. It's almost a lock. Don't book any hotels or plane flights yet, though, because it's not 100% for sure. But I have posted it up on the website. If you want to sign up for that tournament, go ahead. It's going to be an awesome tournament. And they're going to be doing some sort of like range event with some vendors out there. And I guess there's also a St. Patrick's Day tournament that morning. So we should have a crowd of people, and they're going to let me market this thing. They're going to be promoting this tournament as well. So we should end up with a pretty good turnout. So I'm really excited about this tournament. Once again, March 16, Riverwalk. I'm looking to do tournaments in Phoenix, Los Angeles. I have nothing locked in yet, but probably going to do Pecan Lakes in maybe early April, mid-April. Probably going to do something out in Vegas, even though I'm not doing contracts anymore with PopStroke because it just didn't work out. Those of you who don't know, I had a contract with PopStroke where I was paying $500 plus $15 a player, and they opened the place an hour early. The problem is, and guys, it's not your fault, I know how things go, but everyone just kept canceling, and I had to get over 21 players for it to be profitable, along with, I got to pay for my hotel, I got to pay for my travel costs, and I just gave up on it. I tried so hard to make it work. We had a good turnout for the Orlando tournament that we did initially, but the Sarasota event fell apart. In Tampa, we only had, I think, 26 players. Thank you to Rob Morris, who just really saved me. He ran the tournament that we just had in Daytona, and I think they had, I don't know, maybe around 20 players. And thank you so much, Rob Morris. You saved the day for us. I did have to take the money Originally, I had to put money down for that tournament. I was in about $900, and when everyone started canceling, I just felt like we were going to have another Sarasota situation and we are going to end up with 4 players. It was so cold, I didn't think anybody would really come down. The guys came down and supported it. We had about 20 players. Thank you to everybody who supported it. And when it comes to the tournament we just did at Daytona Popstroke, guys, Chi Nguyen takes the title. This kid is unbelievable. Some of you might remember Chi Nguyen from the 2023 Popstroke Championship in Scottsdale, Arizona, where him and Adam Shanks took the team title. This kid has been having some good showings on the World Putting Tour as well. He's probably in his early 20s, and he's one of the young guns of competitive putting. Chi Nguyen takes the singles title at the Daytona Beach Popstroke Putting Classic. Had a great finish, and congratulations to Chi Nguyen. Also, a special shout out to Jacob Fair and Pete Lyon. I had mentioned how great they are at Popstroke, and they took the team title at the event. Also, congratulations to Carrie Olch, who took the lower level professional singles division, and Francis Levine Croteau, who won the Saturday night 1-round tournament. I really appreciate everybody coming out and supporting that event. It is going to be the last Popstroke event that we do. That's maybe something that's incredibly organized. It's, like I said, I still want to do some stuff in Las Vegas Popstroke, but I don't know how many more of those Popstroke tournaments I'm going to do. So thank you to everybody who came out to that event and supported that event. Gary Hester, Tim Talley, Jeremy Anabinet, Rick Baird. The list goes on and on. Danny Tatum, of guys who came out to support this event. Obviously, once again, thank you to Rob Morris for running the event and kind of saving the day for me. And thank you to Francis Levine Croteau for the video clips for the event. But it was a great event. You can go to nationalputtingtour.com and click on past events, and then click on that event and see the scores and see more details about that event. But Chi Nguyen, he's the man. He takes the first event of the year for the National Putting Tour. But just to let everybody know, they pulled the plug on the contract because I think they were sick of dealing with me. And it didn't matter because I wasn't going to do any more anyways. I'm not going to be doing any contract type tournaments with Popstroke. However, I do like the idea of doing tournaments at Popstroke where we just show up as regular customers. Now, I know there was a big problem with that, where there was a Tensum out there holding up the tournament, and it didn't work out in Daytona. That's just, the breaks, right? I mean, there's nothing we can do. If we're showing up as regular patrons, there's nothing we can do. But I really want to do something at Las Vegas Popstroke on the black course Sunday morning, probably sometime in late April, I would say. Because I don't want to be out there when it's too hot. So late April, Las Vegas Popstroke. I'd really like to do something there. It's not in the schedule yet, but I really see that happening. We show up at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. We get out before the crowds hit, and we do 3 rounds. And I want to do the black course. The blue course at Popstroke Vegas is just too circusy. We'll never get through the tournament. The black course, there's a lot of ace holes, and it just fits better for what we're trying to do. So if you're in Las Vegas and you're looking forward to a tournament, you can pretty much bank on Las Vegas Popstroke late April. It'll be Sunday morning. We'd show up at 9 a.m. and we play 3 rounds, and we organize in groups of 3 or 4, and we don't reshuffle. Maybe we do a reshuffle, but probably not. We probably just stay in the groups that we're in, and you just finish 3 rounds and you play with the public. And yeah, it's probably going to take us until 1 or 2 o'clock to finish the tournament, but it's Popstroke. It's fun. We play with the public. We don't have to do any of this course rental stuff. It'll be a $25 green fee through Popstroke, and then the buy-ins for the tournament, probably similar to what I do at my normal tournaments. There was a different pricing scale that I did for the Popstroke events because I had to come up with a $45 per player rake. This will be a little bit different. Probably like a minimal rake, maybe $5 to $10 per person, just to help me out a little bit with the printing costs and stuff like that. I don't know, amateur division $30-$40, pro division maybe $70 to $100. I'll have to talk to some of the players like TD Drake and Andy Mendoza and these guys and see what they want to do as far as the buy-in goes. But you can bank on that. I really want to do that tournament. So Las Vegas Pop Stroke, late April. Past that, for the National Putting Tour, I'd like to do an LA event in May. It may or may not happen. I'm still trying to push this Rancho Park tournament. Rancho Park is a great venue. They did some stuff with the MSOP, but they keep on saying that they're delayed for the construction, and they've been working on this construction for like 2 years. Unfortunately, my connection up in LA, Bobby Cavanaugh, who was running a lot of the LA courses, he no longer works for the city of LA when it comes to these courses. So I'm not exactly sure what can happen in LA, but I'd like to do an LA tournament. We might go back to Costa Mesa Country Club, which isn't too far of a drive for LA players, but I'd like to get farther up into LA. I know there's a lot of you out there that are up in the LA area that are waiting for a tournament. I'd like to get up in LA in May, and then we have the big tournament, the American Dream Mall Indoor Putting Championship. That name may change because we got a sponsor coming in, but that's the name right now, and that one is a lock. Contracts have been signed with ESPN and the mall, and that is a 100% go. East Rutherford, New Jersey, the American Dream Mall Indoor Putting Championship. It's going to be on ESPN2 in August, and it's part of the ESPN 8 to Ocho show. They're selling tickets to this event. Okay, so this is going to be really cool. There's going to be an audience there. I don't know how many people, but there's going to be some sort of audience there. So that one is going to be pretty killer. And initially it was going to be free, but I'm going to have to charge at least $20 per player for the lower division, and you'll be playing for a belt. 30, 40 players, $20 a head. I need to raise a little extra money for that. And so it's going to be $20. You'll get everybody who plays in the event. I'm going to try to get them a clip on the show like I did last year. So you pay the $20, you're going to be on ESPN2. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So June 28th, East Rutherford, New Jersey, the American Dream Mall Putting Championship, ESPN show. It's going to be awesome, guys. So come check that out. And for the National Putting Tour, that's all we have booked right now. You may have seen the video for the Cosmic Golf 18-hole Masters course, which is in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Haven't heard from them. Not sure if that event's going to happen. Not sure if I'm going to be able to fly out there or not. I might try to put that behind. Like, I'm thinking about maybe driving to New York City. So when I drive back, so June 28th, I'm going to spend some time with family up there. Maybe July, maybe we do something at Elizabethtown, Kentucky, but maybe not. Other than that, there's nothing else scheduled for the National Putting Tour. So go to nationalputtingtour.com, click on upcoming events or future events. Stay glued to that page because I'm updating it all the time, and just check in that. Just go to that page once a week, see what else that I've put on there, and maybe there's other tournaments. Another one that's probably not going to happen. Well, I can just say right now, it's not going to happen with me. I had wanted to do something in Missouri with the Show Me Putters group at Social Birdie. And I was originally going to be coming back through town to all those guys that are out there that were expecting a tournament in March. I'm just not going to be able to do it, guys. I'm not going to be out there, and it's too bad. But someday, I'd like to do a tournament at Social Birdie, and maybe when I'm driving back through from New York City, maybe I do a tournament at Social Birdie as well as the one in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, but it's got to make sense for me financially. I just don't have the money to be just traveling out there for a tournament. And shout out to Joey Kimball and Eric and all those guys with the Show Me Putters group. Great guys. On that note, if you go to Facebook and search Show Me Putters, they don't have a website, but I know that they're on Facebook. So if you look up the Missouri Show Me Putters group, they did just announce a schedule of some kind. I don't know exactly what the dates are, but go to Facebook. There's a group that a lot of us are a part of. I think it's called Pop Stroke Friends, and Hans Olofsson from Sweden and some of those guys are in that group. Rob Morris, Pete Lyon, some of the top Pop Stroke guys are in that group, and there's a lot of information in that Facebook Friends group or whatever. So look that up, Pop Stroke Friends. You can also look up the Show Me Putters group on Facebook and get with Eric and Joey Kimball. They've announced the season. I don't know exactly what the dates are, but they've announced the season. So check them out. Just the greatest guys. And they got a group. They got a guy named Justin Thomas. the guy is lights out. And then Joey Kimball, probably in the top 30 of putters in the nation. They're really, really good. So they got another guy named Don who does some radio stuff out there. He's a great putter as well. So yeah, they got about 5 to 7, maybe like actually close to 10, like really super good putters that could hang on any tour. And they just do their thing in Missouri and stuff. So check out the Show Me Putters group. They just announced the schedule. Another kind of spin-off from that slightly is Putt Tour, okay? You may see the logo back there. I think I got up there. WPL, I got to change that. The WPL is no longer in existence, the World Putting League. I don't know exactly what happened, but from what I hear, things didn't go so well between the Pro League Network and the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association. And I don't want to throw Bob under the bus. I don't have any problems with Bob Detweiler. I know that he's scheduled on top of me, and I've heard that maybe he has some problems with me. I don't have any problems with Bob. I hope he doesn't have any problems with me. He's a good old guy. He's one of the pioneers, and I respect the pioneers in this putting world. So Bob Detweiler is a good guy, but I guess, things didn't go so hot between them and the Pro League Network. So the Pro League Network decided to disassociate themselves with the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association, and that was what the World Putting League was. It was a combination between the Pro League Network and the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association, and that relationship has fizzled out. And now the Pro League Network has started a new thing called Putt Tour. And I just think it's awesome, man. If you go on YouTube and you search Pro League Network, you should be able to find Putt Tour. It's a little challenging to find them on there, but they broadcast these tournaments live. And I know Bill from the Pro League Network pretty well now, and he's been nothing but kind to me. He's a great guy. And I promote their tour. I promote all the tours, as you can tell. But the Pro League Network, I really support them, and I support what they're doing with this thing called Putt Tour. Putttour. And it's fun, man. Joey Kimball's out there. Justin Thomas. I know Randy Reeves and Rainey Statham have played in some of their tournaments. The guy from Quebec, really good player. God, he's going to kill me for forgetting his name here. But Max Bernard, Maxim Bernard, I believe is his name. Maxim's his first name. Excellent putter from Quebec, one of the best. And they do these tournaments in Branson, Missouri. I don't think they're going to branch out from there. Someone told me that the Pro League Network has like some sort of warehouse there that they film things at, and it just works out logistically for them to do their tournaments there. So they've been doing them at they do it at a mini golf course in Branson, Missouri. And it's a lot of fun. And what they also do is they broadcast live on YouTube, and you can bet on these putters, I believe on DraftKings, and I'm pretty sure Betfred is still doing something with them. And so, it's a lot of fun. Putt Tour, check that out. It's really cool. They do some really funny stuff when you make an ace. They got a clown that comes in and jumps around, and I like it. Some people think it's maybe a little too circusy, but I don't. I think they're on the right track with what they're doing to try to make it more exciting when people make birdies. Let's make this exciting. And I think it's great what they're doing. I love watching the broadcasts. I don't know if they have anything scheduled yet, but stay glued to ProLeagueNetwork.com. And I believe they've changed the website address. They have another website up. I believe it's PuttTour.com. And then I find them on YouTube, searching the Pro League Network, and then looking around for Putt Tour. You might try to search Pro League Network and Putt Tour. I think I remember when I tried to search it, I had to click on the Pro League Network profile link, get to their main profile page, and then I think I also clicked on like videos or playlists, and I found like the Putt Tour category, because the Pro League Network, they do a lot of other things. So check that out, Pro League Network, Putt Tour. I'm sure they're going to start scheduling some stuff soon, and that one's really fun. So let's move on to some of the other tours. Pop Stroke. They're back, baby. And the putting world's really excited, I think, about them coming back. They're doing what they're calling the Pop Stroke Invitational, okay? The date is February 20th. It's a little pricey. They're making you sign up as a team. After taxes and fees, I think it's $3,210 if I'm correct, if I remember correctly. So $3,210. It's a two-man thing, but they also have a singles division with it, so you kind of get a 2-for-1 type thing. But you got to sign up as a team. I logged into the back end, and they only had, I think, 6 or 7 teams signed up. But rumor has it that they have another 25 teams that are coming in through some sort of sponsors exemption type thing. So what I'm hearing through the grapevine is they're up to 32 teams already. And that one's going to happen. I just can't imagine they would cancel it. Now, they were advertising $210,000 prize pool, but it had a little asterisk there. And what that asterisk meant is that it was based on a full field of 72 teams. So my guess is they're probably going to have less than 72 teams. So the prize pool is going to be less. But it's still going to be juicy. They're only paying the top 3, which I know a lot of people weren't that excited about that, including myself. I wish they would have done like a top 10 type thing at least. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. Top 3, you're going to have some of the best teams out there. My guess is you're going to see Jake Stass there. You're going to see Chris Johnson there. You're going to see Jeff Gibraltar there. Rainey Stanham's probably going to find some way to get in that thing. This is gonna be a Shark Tank of the best players, and then you got some guys like Nathan Strand and Nick DeGennaro out of Phoenix, who have been doing really well in the World Putting Tour and also the National Putting Tour events in Phoenix. So that's a tough group right there, Nate Strand and Nick DeGennaro. And then, in my opinion, if there was a Vegas betting line, you got Pete Lyon and Jacob Fair. These guys are good, and they're, in my opinion, going to be at the top of the leaderboard. So yeah, check that out. If you want to play for some big money and you got the pocketbook, Pop Stroke Tour Series is back. They're calling it the Pop Stroke Invitational 2025. You can sign up for that tournament at popstroketourseries.com, or you can go to the nationalputtingtour.com. I've thrown up a little ad for them below my banner. And you can sign up for that one, and that one's going to be big. It is only 2 rounds, 1 round on the blue and 1 round on the black. It's going to be at night, Thursday night, February 20th. It's going to be a quick 1-night tournament with 2 rounds, but it's the most lucrative putting tournament of 2025. My guess is the prize pool will probably be close to $100,000, maybe even a little more. So check that out. Go to popstroketourseries.com and you can sign up for that tournament. That's going to be one of the biggest tournaments of the year. The World Putting Tour. Hey, they're back. And one of the most touching, coolest things ever, John Weichel. You may remember John from the major series of putting. He had some good finishes out there. And he's been working at it. He's been at Putting World practicing. And by golly, he shocks the putting world, no pun intended, and wins the January 2025 World Putting Tour event. It was just awesome. Jake Stass and Adam Breidenbacher, who are 2 of the best players on that tour, were nipping at his heels at the end. Ryan McPherson was there. Dalton March was right there at the end. A lot of top guys were nipping at his heels, but old John Weichel, the nicest guy in competitive putting. This guy is just a sweetheart of a man. Everybody loves John. And he shocks the putting world and takes January 2025's event, the 2025 World Putting Tour event. I did a video for that event. If you YouTube search World Putting Tour January 2025, I'm sure you'll find it. And it's about a 16, 17 minute video that I did that recaps that tournament. It is just an awesome tournament, guys. Please go check that out. So some of the other tours that are out there, Putters League. We got Brian Akers down in Atlanta, Georgia. Brian Akers, just what a great guy. And he runs the Putters League. Go to puttersleague.com. They got a tournament coming up on February 1st. I believe they're still doing it at that same mini golf place. I think it's called The Fringe. It's in Roswell, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And they're doing a big tournament on February 1st. So sign up for that one at puttersleague.com. Some of the other tours, U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association. They got a big tournament coming up, and they're playing it at Tin Cup, where the National Putting Tour has thrown 3 events. Just an incredibly challenging putt tech putting course at Tin Cup. This thing spans over 2 acres. We play every hole to a par 3, but the scorecard actually has 2s, 3s, and 4s, but it's a long course. These are long holes. Think pop stroke without the hills and a little more undulation around the hole. And, we back Putt Tech. Putt Tech is a company that builds some of the best putting courses in the country. And yes, it's happening. The U.S. Open of Putting, May 16th and 17th. And I believe you can go to the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association website to sign up for that. Sign-ups may not be open yet, but I did see a link on puttersleague.com. Brian Akers and Putters League, they have a relationship with the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association, and they kind of help them out. So Brian Akers is going to be running that tournament. I'd like to get out to that tournament. I was originally maybe going to do a National Putting Tour kind of qualifier event the night before, but because of what's happened in my personal life, I'm spending a lot of time in San Diego now. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it to that one, but that's my home course. I love that Tin Cup course. And I'm going to try to make it out there. May 16th and 17th, you might see me out there. If I'm not out there, hey, still go out there. Support the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association. I know that they're probably going to have a really good turnout for that tournament. Probably 60, 70, 80 players. It's going to be a big one. May 16th, 17th. That's in a city called Cumming, Georgia. And the venue is called Tin Cup Bar and Grill. So look that up, Tin Cup Bar and Grill. If you want to check out that course, YouTube search National Putting Tour Tin Cup, and you'll see videos for the events that I've done there, and you can get a sneak peek at some of the holes there and kind of get an early look at the course if you're going to play there. Let me look behind me here. I got to take down the putting tour thing, amateur putting tour. I talked to this guy. He said he was going to be doing a bunch of tournaments. He has got a website up. I think it's amputttour.com or something like that. He was doing some stuff on the East Coast. I haven't heard from him. I tried to contact him. His website hasn't changed in a couple years. He's done, I think. So I'm going to take that one down. Southwest Putting Tour. So if you go to proputters.org, the PPA, Professional Putters Association, one of the longest standing putting tours that exist, they have some new stuff to look at. Their Great Lakes division just announced a schedule. They had a couple other ones, I think, that had announced schedules. So go to proputters.org, click on, I think it's like 2025 schedule or something like that in the navigation bar, and then look and see what they got going on. They've announced a schedule of some kind for some of their stuff. So check them out, Professional Putters Association. They play, I think, exclusively on putt-putt courses, which for those of you who don't know, putt-putt is a brand that's been around for like 60, 70 years, and it's basically mostly flat mini golf holes with railings, aluminum railings. And so you're doing a lot of bounces off of rails, and they also have like, some of the holes have pegs that are like on the course that you have to like avoid, and you can get stuck behind the peg if you hit a bad putt. It's fun. I played a PPA event in Tyler, Texas last year. I had a good time. I like the putt-putt stuff, and the guys that run the Professional Putters Association, they're good guys, and they're just, trying to do their best to keep this putting competition thing going. So check them out, proputters.org. Guys, I think I've touched on everything. I can't think of any other tours to talk about. I think we touched on all the major tours. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Putting News Quarterly. I'll see you in another couple months, and stay tuned for more programming. I'm going to be doing a lot more YouTube videos of various types, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do there, but as I told you at the beginning of this broadcast, I'm close to monetizing my YouTube channel, so I'd really like to do some more stuff on YouTube, but I don't want it to be like one of these things where I'm like posting every day where I'm at and what I'm eating for lunch and stuff like that. I don't want it to get stupid, but I'm going to try to at least do some sort of posting, once or twice a week, covering various aspects of putting, maybe doing some putting lessons, maybe doing an interview with someone in the putting world. We'll see. Obviously going to be covering the World Putting Tour events. Going to be doing videos for those, doing videos for all the National Putting Tour stuff. Going to try to throw a little bit more effort into these putting videos. I got one that's going to be coming out soon for the Daytona Putting Classic, the Daytona Pop Stroke Putting Classic. Going to have a video coming out soon for that. And a shout out to Francis Levine Courteau for getting me some great videos. I wasn't at that event. I had a family emergency. I had to jet. But Rob Morris, thank you, Rob, for running that event. And we got some great video. And I got a video coming out soon for the Daytona Beach Pop Stroke Putting Classic. And should have that out to you soon. So check that out. Once again, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Help this channel. And appreciate, guys. That's it for Putting News Quarterly here, 2025. And we'll see you in maybe 2-3 months with another episode of Putting News Quarterly. Thanks again.